Hi, intuition. We're going to talk about intuition today. Intuition deals with the essence, the source within you that is usually not able to be heard so clearly, but speaks volumes of truth, speaks the truth of your soul, and speaks what you're really being guided to do with your life from a soul-based knowing. That was straight from my intuition. Intuition is this beingness within us, within all of us, that is able to be accessed when we get quiet enough, when we align with ourselves, when we are in a God moment. So in a moment where we're just in awe of life, of our circumstance or situation. It's when you're able to slow down time by just being so present with yourself and with your world and the world around you. And why is intuition so important? Why am I talking about it? Why is it like one of the biggest topics around self-love and self-care in my perspective in life and in life? It's because intuition is when you connect to the source within you, as I mentioned in the beginning, that lovely definition. It's when you connect to that source within you that then guides you forward in the best possible way for you. The trick is, how do you connect to it? How do you make sure that you are consistently connected to it? And how do you make sure that you are listening and are acting accordingly and correctly with it? Well, you don't have to do 500 million things to get connected to your intuition. That's not true. You could do one very powerful meditation and be connected to your intuition like that. You could do, a few different practices. You could even just ask your intuition right now and get the answer. The key here is, how do you consistently and with awareness and with clarity listen to your intuition? That is a bigger question, and that is a more complicated question, or I would say complicated answer, because consistency is needed in another aspect of your life to connect with the consistency of intuition, right? So if you want to have a consistent intuition, voice, experience, guidance, you have to do something else consistently to be able to access that space. And this is the core of my life, my teachings, why I've become who I am today, how I've become who I am today. It gives me like a little teary-eyed. I don't know if you can see that. But it was something for me that in the beginning of my journey, when I had my spiritual awakening, I was just so confused on how to make decisions, because I felt that my decisions that I had made up to that point before my spiritual awakening were correct and right. And when I had my spiritual awakening, everything flipped on its head, and I was like, huh? Am I incorrect? Is this not right? Like, what the fuck? And I'm sure you might have experienced this if you're watching this. I feel like you can resonate with this. When you have that God moment, that aha moment of your life, and everything up to that point has been, you think you're going along fine, everything's good, but then it all shifts, and then you're like, wait, what? It's when you start to doubt your own self and start to kind of question things. And for myself, it was, I had a lack of direction and an inability to make decisions because I didn't know what the right decision was, or what the correct decision, or what the most guided decision is. How the fuck do I make a decision? There's so many people offering me things out in the world, and so many things are being offered in front of me, and I'm being guided in this way, and somebody's saying this is a good option. And I was like, I don't know which one to choose. I honestly don't. All of them sound okay, or all of them sound pretty good. Some of them maybe not as good, but most of them sound pretty good. So that's when I had to connect to something deeper. And that was when I started my exploration in womb healing, in intuition, but really first womb healing, trauma healing, conscious awareness, meditation, angel card readings, like all these intuitive things, all these things that bring that voice much louder inside and in my mind and in my spirit. I started taking action on those things that made that voice louder, that allowed me to start playing with making decisions from my intuition. And let me tell you, once I started making those decisions, some of them were ridiculous. Some of them sounded so crazy, but they worked. And I figured stuff out and I figured life out. And I believe that I was testing myself to see how much I could trust my own intuition, how much I can trust myself. I'm kind of merging those two together still, myself and my intuition. You know, there's a bit of a complex there. But I really believe that I was learning to trust myself from a deeper space, from a more exciting space, and from a more magical space, because intuition is the core of like your magic. So my point here is, when you connect to your intuition, you connect to your magic. You connect to the source within you that is here to guide you. You connect to your own inner crazies. You connect to your own divine guidance to the right path for you, which is multiple possibilities, but the one that you truly want to choose in that moment, that is the best for you in that moment, with circumstances the way that they are, that you could never possibly understand or perceive with your mind. In your body, in your intuitive space, in your womb space, making that decision feels like a powerful, magical, here we go, let's move forward kind of decision. And who the fuck does not want to have that kind of decision-making power? Who does not want to be able to magically create their life and move forward with this momentum, right? Who does not? And therefore, connecting to your intuition, cultivating your intuitive abilities, cultivating that voice within you that might sound like a voice, that might look like something. You might hear it, you might sense it, you know, it's different for everyone. I have kind of all of the abilities. I feel like I can feel, hear, see, sense, intuition. So, but my main one is hearing. I really like to hear that, like I hear it within. It's kind of an interesting thing, but I don't want to go on too long. And so when you cultivate this and you understand what your way of listening to your intuition is, I guarantee you, your life will start to get a little bit better, a little bit worse, but eventually so much more deep, so much more magical, so much more sparkly, so much more synchronistic, so much more guided, so much more guided and supported. That feeling is there for you. So if you'd like to know how to connect to your intuition more, let me know in the comments. I would love to make another video about this. If it interests you, I would love to. I might just make one anyway, because I might be guided to. But I love to receive messages and information from you to tell me if this is something you'd be interested in. If you're watching this video, I thank you. So I hope to read your comments below. Like this video if you enjoyed. Love this video if you enjoyed. I like love because it's a heart, right? It's not like, it's like, no. Love this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe/follow me if you would like to know more and hear more about my work and feel resonant with who I am and what I have to share around self-love, empowerment. And I thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next one.